How'd you spend your Halloween?
At home watching fucking movies.
Oh,
Eating some candy that I found
that you found?
on the sale.
I thought you were gonna say some candy I found.
Yeah, I grabbed the little kid and stole his candy. Stole his candy.
So you found the candy.
Little fuckers gotta learn. Protect your shit.
Protect your shit. That's right. This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Robbing little kids for bags. I had a really good fucking Halloween. Did something different.
I can imagine.
Obviously, how you know I throw a Halloween party every year.
Yes.
This year I couldn't because of COVID.
Fucking COVID.
Fucking COVID. So I decided to do something a little different and did a ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Went over to Rolling Hills Asylum in Bethany, New York, which is what, like 15 minutes? I think it's only 15 minutes away from Batavia. Yeah. If you're into fucking like ghosts, paranormal investigations, all that shit, do it because it is awesome. Fucking saw some shit, heard some shit, felt some shit.
Felt some shit?
Felt some shit. Yeah.
Now, was that you feeling it? Or was that Caucasian Kong just choking the shit out of you because she was scared?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Why can't I breathe?
We're not gonna talk about that.
It's a ghost choking me. No, it's not. It's the person you're with.
No. We're not gonna talk about that. We'll just talk about my experience.
Your experience.
My experience. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, there was so much cool shit
now,
that
how
happened.
did you have to go to a certain? Because isn't that a big fucking spot? Like different wings.
It is humongous.
Did you go to all of them, or you were like locked in a certain like?
No. You get. Well, the way it works is that you go to it. They take you down to the basement. They do an orientation. So
I thought you were gonna say orgy.
They take you to an orgy.
You never know where you're
produce some ectoplasm.
You never know where your stories are gonna go, bro.
Right, you're right. That's right. I got another story later. They take you down. They talk to you about. I guess with COVID, they would before COVID, they would give you like a guided tour and show you the different rooms to go to that has the most activity and all that other shit. But because of COVID, for some reason, you can't have a guided tour anymore.
Oh shit!
So the guide was like, "All right, well, I can't fucking take you, so I'm just gonna tell you all this shit now."
Go here, it's your ass.
Basically, yeah. Now you're gonna go in this room, and in this room is Jack, and he has no legs, and he'll talk to you if he wants to, and if not, he'll just yell in your ear, "Get out!" Like,
ain't that some shit?
Like shit like that. It was really cool. And then they showed you a little video and like on the history of the place and all that. It was fucking crazy. And then they just set you free to roam the fucking place.
Now, is this you or is it other people? Or like,
well, there was like 20,
you guys
there was
separate?
like 25 people, 25, 30 people.
And you guys got to separate.
And
right?
then you can go wherever you want. So once they let us go, we were like, phew, we scattered like roaches. And there were a couple of times that it didn't ruin the experience, but there'd be like floors that we'd go to, and there'd be like 15 people there, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna see shit or hear shit here. Let's go to another room. I made it a point to avoid as many people as possible.
Fuck yeah!
Like I wanted to be like in pitch black, and I wanted to be able to fucking feel shit, and
should have done like voice recordings and shit. Like,
we did.
You did?
We did one. We haven't listened to it yet. But yeah. Like I'll tell you one of the experiences that freaked me out. Now you know I don't get freaked out. No. Like there was times like we heard shit where I was like, that was awesome, and CK was like, like have you ever seen a fucking gorilla scared?
No, I can't say I have.
Man,
is it a sight?
It's not a pretty sight. I would be like, oh shit, like I would laugh and I'd be like, oh my god, like I'd be excited about it, and she'd be like Scooby-Doo.
Oh god.
Scooby and Shaggy after they see a monster. That's how she was like. So one of the experiences, because there were a few, but this was the main one that actually like hit me, was they have a morgue, and you go in the morgue. In the morgue, they have an autopsy table. They have an autopsy table. They got a cremation oven. They got all sorts of like medical tools and shit to perform autopsies. Also, they have a suit that's hanging by a string in the middle of the room, right by the autopsy table. Now there's a ghost in there named Doc. What the guy told us to do was walk in. If the suit's facing away from you or whatever, talk to the suit. Ask the suit if you can ask him questions, if he wants to talk, and if he does want to talk, then the suit will face you. If he doesn't, then he ain't moving. Then he's just gonna have his back to you, and he just doesn't feel like talking. So we went in there, and I'm like, "Hey, Doc, what's up?" We start talking. All of a sudden, the suit, like I'm looking, I'm like, "Is there any wind going on? Is there anything going on? Is the air moving or anything?" and nothing. Air, it was a basement, air was stale, like nothing.
Yeah.
No windows open, nothing. All of a sudden, I'm like, we're sitting there for like maybe like 10, 15 seconds. Nothing. The suit isn't moving. I'm like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to talk. All of a sudden, little by little, the suit starts fucking turning, and it turns right to us. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. The suit turns towards us, and we're like, hey, and I'm like, so you do want to talk? And I'm like, I'm sure you're sick of other people coming in here wanting to talk to you. Sorry, that sucks, but this is a ghost hunt. And I'm just talking shit. They had the autopsy table there. Now, what the guide also told us is that if you want role play, get on the autopsy table.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Get on the autopsy table. If you play dead, then you should feel the ghost trying to perform an autopsy on you. Now, you won't feel any pain or anything, but what she said is that what you should feel is like pressure on your chest, right where they cut down with the scalpel, and like other things. And she was like, but if you don't want to play dead, just tell them I'm not dead, and then you should feel like chest compressions of them trying to bring you back to life. So now, mind you, I was like, I want to try that. So I get on the fucking autopsy table. Now, mind you, the whole time we're walking back and forth, because I was still a little skeptical about the fucking suit.
Yeah.
That the suit like turned to us. And I was like, oh, maybe it was a delayed reaction, or maybe it was something.
You're trying to look for it.
I was like, well, what's going on here? And all of a sudden, whenever I on purpose, we moved from one side to the next. Don't you know this fucking suit was like following us wherever we were going? It was facing us, and I was like, oh shit, all right. So get on the table. I'm sitting there, laid there. I'm like, I closed my eyes. So I'm like, all right, there's a picture of it on Facebook. I don't know if you saw the picture. I'm laying on the fucking table. I opened up my fucking jacket. I was like, all right. And this is the one that fucking freaked me the fuck out. All of a sudden, sitting there maybe 15, 20 seconds. Mind you, I'm super excited about all of this. Not scared, nothing. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like a switch flipped. I had this fucking overwhelming feeling of fucking depression and sadness
Really?
wash over me. Like bad. Like I was dead or dying. It
Holy
was
shit.
awful. It was awful. To the point that my eyes started welling up because I was about to cry.
Holy shit.
It fucked me up. Fucked me up. And I was like, I gotta get up. Like I freaked out, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta get up. And CK was like, well, you okay? I'm like, nope. I was like, get the fuck off this table. And sure enough, the moment I got off the table, it took like a minute or so, I was back to normal again. Fucking like, even right now, like I'm freaked out even talking about it or thinking about it. But it was fucking crazy. And she was like, all right, come on, let's go. And I was like, all right, well, I was like, see ya, doc. And the fucking suit just fucking followed us. And still, I was kind of still a little skeptical about like the suit, but she said I didn't hear it, but I guess we went into another room, and another group went into the morgue, and they started talking to the suit. And I guess she heard the one of the girls in the group go, oh, well, fuck us. I guess he doesn't want to talk to us. So the suit didn't turn at all towards them when they tried talking to them.
Oh shit,
so
okay.
I was like, oh, all right. There was other shit too. Like I actually saw a fucking spirit like walk like what was it? There was another room where it was, I guess the dude's name was like Big Jack. There was like two ghosts named Jack. There was a little Jack, and then there was a Big Jack. And I guess this Big Jack doesn't fucking like people. So if you go into the room, he's not gonna talk to you. He's not gonna make any sounds. He's not gonna do anything. As a matter of fact, you might hear "get out" because he doesn't want anybody in there. But what the guide said was that if you go in the room and try to talk whatever, and he doesn't talk, don't worry about it. Leave the room. She says, but turn back and look at the doors. There was a set of double doors with these two little windows on each door. She was like, you might see him check and look to see who was in the room because he just wanted to see who the fuck was in my room. Sure enough, we get in there, and I took a video of the actual room, and nothing. All of a sudden, that's another thing that CK would do, is that every time we would walk into the room, she was like, hey, thanks for having us, like she was being all polite and shit because she thinks that the fucking ghost is gonna like possess you or whatever. Like I was like, all right, this is bullshit, we're not hearing anything, let's go. So we walk out of the room, we're about to walk out of the room, she was like, okay, thanks for having us, we love you, All of a sudden you hear, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So I got super excited. I'm like, do it again. Nothing. nothing. And I was like, what the fuck? That sucks. I was like, but it was awesome though.
Yeah.
It was like the 3 knocks. And I looked around to see if there was that, because that's another thing too. Like a lot of these places, I'm thinking, I've seen enough movies.
They got stuff
like
wired
See Me and shit like that, where they got like little gimmicks and little tricks and stuff, so you can have an experience.
Yeah.
Nope, that knock came from like nowhere. And I got super excited about it. Like I'm sweating right now. I'm so excited about it. We go down the hallway. Now that's another thing too. They ask you to bring flashlights and stuff for it. CK wanted a fucking flashlight on all the time. And there was a few times where I was like, turn the flashlight off. You should know, I'm turning the flashlight off. I want to be in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be in the pitch black. So we walked down the hallway. I turned around. I remember that the guide said, sometimes the ghost, Big Jack, likes to look to see who the fuck was in his room. I go back and I'm looking. I don't see anything. I'm like, motherfucker. I tell her to turn off the light. I'm staring. And all of a sudden, I say, te lo juro. I swear to God, I see this.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Out the window. I was like, I got super excited. She got scared. And I'm like, oh my God, turn around. She's like, no. I'm like, turn around. He just look out the window. And she's like, no. I'm like, God damn it. I was like, all right. So I got super excited again. I wanted to go back to the room, but she didn't want to. So I turn around. She turns around to look. She sees a figure walk right by the other window.
Come on.
She was like, oh my God. I was like, what? She was like, he just walked across the window. I was like, yeah, super excited. It was awesome.
I gotta go.
Awesome,
I gotta fucking
experience.
go, man. I gotta go.
And we went for only 3 hours, and the 3 hours went like that.
I can imagine.
Super quick. Like,
because you're looking for the next experience.
Oh my God, you're looking for shit, and
yeah,
man, it was a good time.
I gotta go.